Last time on my Crynicles.
Well, it's a little late for that.
That's on you.
Look, can we just start over?
I don't really want to. I'm not the one for you. Remember?
Niggas love hitting you up when they're in your city, but only when they're in your city. He's trying to get that one night special.
Well, he's not gonna.
So you're not gonna see him.
I mean, I can see him. I'm just not gonna have sex with him. Yeah, Samuel's definitely going to the league.
Oh, do you know him?
Not really. I mean, we both lived in South, but that's it. Okay, Julian, look, I really like you. I
like you too, see?
But I can't just have casual sex with you. I'm going to expect to become your girlfriend. I might get a little crazy.
I know that.
But do you really?
I got you.
Sierra, congratulations, you played yourself.
Told you.
How, bruh? How? I literally told him I was gonna expect to become his girlfriend, and he said, I know that. And would be down to have a long distance relationship.
Of course he told you that. That nigga was about to get some pussy. He would have told you the sky is green.
Hey, sometimes it is green, and sometimes niggas will cuff you regardless of how soon you sleep with them.
Okay, but why do you think he's above lying to you to smash?
Because, Tony, I think he actually likes me. So he'll want to do, I don't know, keep me around, which will lead to us being together.
Oh, he'll keep you around all right. Was the sex good?
It was great.
And it was easy. Why would he put in more work when he's already seen what he can get at this level?
You guys make it sound like we barely know each other. We already talked about dating back in the summer.
Yeah, and then he ghosted you when he found out he couldn't fuck you on a regular basis, right?
He didn't know if he wanted to do the long distance then.
What's changed between then and now?
Is time not enough? People can't change their minds. He realized I was worth it.
Or, hear me out, your pussy was right in front of him. Yeah, Sierra, I'll entertain this train of thought for 5 seconds. Now drop your drawers, bitch.
Okay, it didn't happen like that.
And why did he sneak out at the crack of dawn this morning?
He didn't sneak out. His alarm went off because he had practice at 11 a.m. in Springfield, 3 hours away.
Has he hit you up at all since he left?
Yes, he texted me when he made it home.
That's it?
It's noon, Jazmin. Is he supposed to text me through practice?
Listen, all we're saying is you did exactly what he wanted. But he could easily not hold up his end of the bargain. I'm trying to tell you how niggas think.
Well, it's upsetting me and my emotions because if you can't have sex with the nigga you want to date, then damn, who the hell can you have sex with? Can y'all just let me be happy?
I'm on your side, baby girl. I'm rooting for you.
Yes, cheers to Sierra finally getting some dick.
And may this not be the last time that she sees this nigga.
Congrats on the new bank gig.
Thank you. I can't wait to start so I can quit this serving shit.
Finally had enough?
Yes, man, these Trump supporters. I cannot serve them anymore. It's making me sick.
It's called Cracker Barrel, see? You had to know the majority of customers are going to vote for it.
I mean, it's one thing to be Republican, but it's another to be a Trump supporter. They just be so fucking proud. They literally had the hats the day after he got elected.
Yeah, they bought them to fund his campaign.
The smugness. Like, yeah, slave, refill my coffee. Again and again. Better bring more cream, too. And my burger is not well done, idiot. I ain't cooked the shit.
I don't know how you lasted this long. You been working there for what, like a year?
Yeah, in August. It's just different. Like, what is their obsessive need to let everybody know? I'm a bigot. Is it so they can find other bigots or make everyone around them uncomfortable? Because I know they don't care about my life. And they want me to know that, too. That's why they're wearing the hat.
That's true. Did you put your 2 weeks in yet?
No, I haven't even gotten a start date yet. So I'm gonna wait until I have a set schedule before getting off my main source of income, you know? How's your day though?
It was cool, except my laptop broke, so I'm gonna have to do all my homework from the library from here on out.
Oh damn, I'm sorry, that sucks. Your parents can't help you get a new one or fix it?
Nah, not for a minute.
I was actually thinking about buying a new one for Black Friday or Cyber Monday. Do you want mine? It's not great, but it works.
No, thank you though. I'm actually about to head over now and get started on my work. Talk to you tomorrow. I'll be there for a minute.
I mean, I'll be up. I'm not going to sleep anytime soon.
I'd probably pass out as soon as I get home.
Okay. Well, good night then.
Good night.
I believed in Julian. I really did. But I believed in Samuel once too. And the problem was I kept comparing them. When Samuel liked me, we talked every day. Our phone conversations lasted for hours. Julian said he liked me, but he barely called me, and when we did talk, it would maybe last 20 minutes. Was that normal? He was always busy or going to sleep. He didn't have a job, so I was confused. I can't remember if this screenshot was saved the first time we talked in the summer or the second time we talked in the fall, because it was like resaved when I got a new phone. But it was pretty much the same thing. I couldn't tell if that's just how he was, like not a talker, or if he really was trying to tell me something. What do you want?
Damn, that's the agreement after it's been what, 2 years?
Why would you expect a warm welcome?
I mean, I guess we didn't end on the best of terms. Still though, you didn't even say goodbye when you left.
Now, Zaire blocked Avery's number in my phone, and he would have been blocked on all platforms, but he was one step ahead of us. Avery had already unfriended me and unfollowed me on Snap and Instagram. So I didn't think that I had to search for him and then block him. I should have though, because Avery would randomly add me back sometimes to check up on me. He re-added me on Snap, and because I never unadded him, he removed himself. I guess that means I didn't have to re-add him for us to be friends, if that makes sense. So he'd watch my stories for a few days, and then normally he would unadd me again. I had posted these snaps and he laughed at them just to let me know he was watching. I didn't know what kind of harassment tactic this was, but I was determined to not be bothered by it. I didn't want him to know he was affecting my life, because I knew that's what he wanted. He was looking for a weakness or any sign that his presence or absence was noticed by me. So I let him come and go without a fuss to show him that I truly didn't give a fuck what he saw or did. No response. But now he was demanding attention. And one of my many character flaws is that I'm confrontational. Deep down, I knew it was better to ignore certain things and starve people of my energy, but boiling at my surface, I want to fight. I had to hear what the fuck he wanted, and I had to tell him that he could fuck right off. I didn't want to see you.
Yeah, I know. You have moved on. Replaced me. They didn't need me anymore.
What are you talking about?
Come on. I know you had someone else right after me. Maybe even a little bit before.
I wasn't talking to anybody else. I didn't want to see you anymore because you were an asshole, Avery.
I'll admit it. I was an asshole. If you admit there was another nigga.
Even if there was, what would it matter? You made it very clear that we weren't together.
What you mean? We cool. I fuck with you. We chillin'.
Relax, nigga. I'm not even mad. Just want you to know I peeped it. Besides, I know you didn't have sex with him. At least, not till after you're done with me.
What makes you think that?
A nigga just knows pancakes. A nigga just knows.
You don't know anything.
Your body would tell me. You'd feel different.
Different like how?
Sex, genius. If another nigga was in you, I'd be able to tell.
Oh please, that's ridiculous. Women are superior cheaters for a reason. Y'all do not be knowing. There's no way to know. You're saying the vagina changes every time a tampon goes in it, or every time someone uses a dildo?
You can get customizable dildos for that exact reason. Neither party wants the sex to feel different, and these young bulls, don't be finding out about the girl cheating, because they're not in tune with her body to begin with, which is most likely why she's cheating.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'll have you know I actually was fucking someone else.
Yeah, I know. But I'm gonna guess you started hitting a few weeks, maybe a month or two tops, after you cut me off, though, right?
You say this with too much confidence to not be stalking me.
Don't need to stalk you to read you pancakes. You're excruciatingly obvious.
Look, I didn't stop talking to you because I found someone else, dude. I stopped talking to you because you were horrible to me.
How was that bad?
You called me a what the fuck?
What?
You know, pancakes.
You know,
You're like
Pancakes?
one of those
Like
buildings,
one of those buildings.
where it's not quite far in
Where it's not
construction.
quite far in construction.
So when people
Some
drive by,
they're
they're like, what the fuck is that?
this?
But then, you know,
But then, you know,
in a few months or so, they come back and see the
it's
finished product. Like,
oh,
oh,
I
I
see
see it now.
That's nice.
Yo, I did not say that.
You said exactly that, and I will never forget it.
Damn, I remember a conversation, something like that, but I didn't realize I was so harsh in it. I guess I was pretty terrible.
Yes, you were.
I'm sorry. That was fucked up.
Yes, it was.
I didn't mean it how I said it.
Well, I took it how you said it.
Listen, Missouri was like a different world. I was in a terrible place. It was like fuck everyone all the time.
I hate it here too, but I'm not a dick to everyone around me.
Yeah, you do get the worst of me.
Why?
I don't know. She was just all around awful. I hated Kamau. Track wasn't going well, which is my only fucking purpose for being in Missouri. And I was in constant pain for my back.
Your back?
I've had a bad back since I was a kid. But you remember when I slipped up and I ended up in that goddamn neck brace?
Yeah. It's the reason we hung out that first time.
Oh yeah, you came over and made me pancakes. Your famous pancakes.
I felt bad for you, walking around like a crippled old ass man and everything.
You wanted to come see me. Test the energy.
What? Why did you call me?
I missed you, okay? Is that alright, Sierra? Damn.
Well, I don't miss you.
Not even a little bit. Why'd you answer that?
Because the sheer audacity you have pissed me off. Randomly FaceTiming me.
Snapchat video calling.
Whatever, same thing.
But not really. Did you block my number?
Nope, just been ignoring you.
What was different about tonight then?
I guess I was bored.
Mm-hmm. I take it you're not talking to anyone then?
What?
You wouldn't have answered.
I can go off on whoever I want, whenever I want.
So you are talking to someone.
It's none of your business.
True. Where is you though? You used to want to be all up underneath me every night. I'm just saying, you could do better.
Shut up! He doesn't go here.
Does he not talk to you though? You haven't left the screen once. He's not even texting you. What's that about? Or do you stay up too late for him? I remember you being a night owl. Like me.
I am nothing like you. I'm going to bed right now. You've done your little nosy checkup on me, okay? Satisfied? Good night. Don't call me again.
Alright, good night, Pam.
A villain. He was a fucking villain. How did he do that? Maybe I was excruciatingly obvious. But I wouldn't put it past him to be stalking me also. And what pissed me off the most was that he was right. He was right about Zaire, and he was right about Julian. It bothered me that we didn't talk as much as I would like to. I know it's probably why I answered when Avery called. I could fix this. And I would fix it because I wanted to be with Julian. According to my love language, a long-distance relationship wasn't advisable if we weren't talking every day. And I shouldn't have even been attempting them, honestly, given how much I needed quality time to feel loved. But luckily, my needs for physical touch was low enough to where being on the phone and having conversations felt like good quality time. Maybe Julian just operated differently. He was a Taurus, like me, which actually annoyed me greatly at first because I could tell when he was curving me because it's the same way I curve people. But I think I read somewhere that Taurus men weren't the best communicators if they weren't face-to-face. I mean, in person we vibe perfectly, so I would just be with him in person.
What do you think the best album of the year was?
The stan in me wants to say The Life of Pablo. The wronged woman in me wants to say Lemonade. But I should probably say Blind because I listen to Nights every day. Damn, Anti was this year too.
And Views. Don't forget about Views.
You know how I feel about Drake. I would never give him a compliment in broad daylight.
I'll let it slide because it wasn't his best work. Still top 3 though. But I think The Coloring Book was the best. That or Blind. Unless Cole dropped. And Jeffrey was also pretty good too.
Jeffrey.
Young Thug.
Oh, you know, I haven't heard it, but someone actually did a presentation on one of his videos in my film class. WorldWideChef Jean.
What was the project about?
We had to dissect a conversation a piece of media started, I think. The discussion was whether or not Thug actually came to the set, and the director was a genius for the concept.
Sounds like a dope class. What was yours on?
I think I reused the project that I already done for a different class. I used the Sunset Boulevard scene where dude tells Norma there's nothing wrong with being 50 unless you're trying to look 25. The discussion being you will go crazy trying to be something you're not, which she did. She did go crazy. Also, that men think we have nothing to offer once we lose our youth and we'll go crazy. Because, you know, obviously a man wrote that shit. I'm gonna have to get on the Thug though.
Should have been on.
Hey, Old English has been in my workout playlist, okay? I just haven't kept up.
Okay, well let me put you on something else.
Alright, let's hear it. After he finished building, I think it was a dresser, we started watching something on Netflix. Honestly, couldn't tell you what the fuck we were watching because, we missed each other. Kids. We didn't actually get to the sex though because my stomach started growling and we decided to eat first. So we picked up some Zaxby's because I didn't feel like sharing him while we sat down and ate in a restaurant. Then we came back to his apartment, watched the beginning of The Emperor's New Groove. Didn't make it that far into the movie, which is why we played something we'd both seen 1,000 times, so we could focus on each other and our bodies. So after the sex, he took me to this really nice donut shop for dessert. We had to wait in line for like 20 minutes, but I didn't mind. I hadn't been publicly claimed in must have been about 4 years at this point. I mean, there was this one time I was doing homework in the lobby freshman year and Samuel came over to greet me. He must have held my hand for like 30 seconds, which was probably how the rumor got started that we were talking. But other than that and the time Avery tried to finger fuck me in the street, this was as close as I gotten at PDA in college. Not since my first boyfriend Philip, and we often argued about PDA and why did I need more of it? This was why, because it felt good. Being held in general felt nice, but the fact that someone you admired wasn't afraid to show everyone what you meant to them, yeah, all my little endorphins were going off, showing me exactly what I was missing. And I was missing a lot, apparently. Sex was so much better when you were both on the same page. I don't want to get into everything he was doing so much better and longer than anyone I've ever been with. But he didn't rush. He wasn't selfish. Is this what intimacy was? Because I could get used to it. Keep fucking me like that, I'm really gonna start to feel like your girlfriend. I'm serious. So, when do you think we're gonna be like really together?
I'm not sure.
Next few weeks, maybe months.
I honestly don't know, see.
Can't give me like a guesstimate.
I don't know if I can be in a relationship anytime soon.
What?
Next semester is going to be crazy.
What are you talking about? Football is over. Are you getting a job or something?
I'm going to be pledging, and I don't think I'm going to be able to balance a relationship.
But that's not what you said last month. And we talked about you wanting to be a theta then, so now what? Were you just telling me you could do the long distance thing to fuck me, or?
No, Sierra, I really do like you. I wasn't lying.
Then why can't you be with me? And when were you gonna tell me this?
I don't know. I've just been thinking about it a lot lately, and it doesn't make any sense to be in a relationship right now.
So this is over.
I don't want it to be.
I don't want it to be either, but what are we doing then? we can't be together. If we're lucky, once a month, one of us makes that drive so we can hang out, have sex, and that's it. No building. How long does pledging last?
I don't know.
What do you know?
I know that I like you.
Are we going to be together once over?
I don't want to make any promises.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to get my hopes up again and crush them again. Smart. After a full night's sleep of my dreams being saturated by him, I thought maybe I could persuade him through sexual favors in the morning. And when that didn't work, we fell into pretty much the same argument we had the night before. And I can't prove this, but I'm pretty sure this next part was staged to get me out his apartment sooner.
Come in.
Hey, you see that text?
What text?
We gotta be on the field early, by 11.
Shit. Okay, thanks.
I couldn't downright accuse him of asking his roommate to get me out quicker than we planned, but it was a little convenient that he didn't know what time he had to be in the field for a 2 p.m. game.
Please don't leave mad like this.
Are you gonna change your mind? Then I don't see how it's possible for me to change mine. You have somewhere to be, don't you? You want to keep all your fingers? Move them.
See.
I really wish I could draw better. You guys really aren't getting the full effect of how equally handsome and sad he was. The look he gave me, and he was chewing gum, which for some reason gave him like 10 more fine points. It was like the sexy version of puppy eyes. So genuinely concerned. It made me second guess. Was I making a mistake? Was I cutting off my nose to spite my face? Was I overreacting? It felt like he cared about me, but I've been wrong about what was real in the past.
Can you at least text me when you get home?
Okay. I cried pretty much the whole 3-hour drive home. At some point I had to pull over and calm myself down because my vision was getting too blurred. I took that opportunity to get rid of my shift that night. I wasn't up for it. I already knew that as soon as I got home I was going to need about 20 hours of sleep before I could be around people again. I was making the right decision, right? He was playing me, right? Maybe he liked me, but it was never going to be enough to become his girlfriend. Just like Samuel. Only, speaking of Samuel, wasn't he only talking to me because his girl was online? If the pledging process was as ridiculous as I've heard, maybe Julian was right not to jump into a relationship right now. I already felt neglected and it hadn't even begun. And when Myrtle crossed, Samuel barely hesitated before dropping me for her. Was it safe to assume that Julian would still be interested in me after he crossed? Well, he definitely wouldn't be if I cut him off. Wait, maybe this was a setup. He needed to string me along just enough so he could keep fucking me while he was online and drop me when he finally crossed. Was he capable of that? Fuck, I didn't know. There were too many people in my head, okay? What did I want? What was gonna make me the happiest? Or the least miserable at least, because neither of these choices were gonna make me happy. I wanted to with Julian, and if I cut things off that could never happen. I guess he was more important than the title.
Hey, Sierra.
Oh, hey, Camille.
Tell her what you told me.
What? About my teammate?
Yes.
Oh, that she slept with Samuel.
What? Him and his girlfriend broke up?
No.
Well, did they have sex or they just sleep together? Because, I mean, I've slept with Samuel before and he's barely touched me.
No, they definitely had sex.
I don't believe that.
He talked to you and Myrtle at the same time. Why can't you believe it?
Merryck, a single man entertaining 2 women at the same time is very different than a committed man in a relationship having sex with other girls.
A liar is a liar.
Well, maybe she's lying. He's about to go to the league.
Sierra, no girl is lying on her pussy. Why are you still defending him?
She had a very good point. Most girls lie to decrease their body count, not add to it. But I had a better point. Samuel wouldn't do that. I was supposed to believe not only was he having sex, but with girls who weren't even his girlfriend. How was I not on that list?
You dodged a bullet. This is a good thing. Now we know he's truly not shit.
Only it wasn't a good thing. Not for me, and not for anyone else, for that matter. If I really dodged a bullet, why did I still feel so wounded? Samuel was the best guy I thought I knew, so the thought of him being a cheater was honestly terrifying. I always liked to believe that he was a good man who just, wasn't good to me in the end. Even though Samuel dropped me like a sack of rotten potatoes, he'd never publicly humiliated me, called me on my name, or physically hurt me. Hell, after all the shit I've been through, getting cheated on didn't even sound that bad because at least I'd be somebody's girlfriend. Which was even a scarier thought because if things had worked out between me and Samuel, I would be the one getting cheated on right now. How would I handle that situation? I knew what it felt like to be liked by Samuel. I could only imagine being loved by him. If he could make me feel like the most special girl in the entire world without ever once taking me on a date, I just knew if he looked into his girlfriend's eyes and asked for forgiveness, he would get it. This was something I was determined not to harp over because I needed to harp over Julian having no time for me. Samuel was not my problem.
Hey Sierra, are you single?
Technically.
Well, are you interested in getting this dude out my DMs? Because technically, I'm in a relationship, but girl, he is so fine, so I don't want him to go to waste. His name is David, and he's on the football team.
Oh, I'm good. He's been in mine and several of my friends' DMs too.
Wow, the thirst is so real. I hate football playing niggas. I wish they weren't the finest athletes. But I should have known he was on that since all his pics are in uniform. Like, damn, okay, we get it. You play.
Well, Rachel, if you're into athletes, may I suggest baseball players? There's more chances for them to play professionally, and they have less chance of getting brain damage.
But they chew, and I cannot sit through baseball games for the rest of my life. Plus, baseball players do not look like this, girl.
Facts.
Which one you think is the finest?
I don't know, maybe Donnie.
Really? My pick is Samuel for sure. It's a shame what they say about him, though.
Who says what about him?
That he's a jerk and cheats on his girlfriend, yada yada.
What?
I mean, girls probably throw themselves at him all the time. Like, look at him. And he's guaranteed first round. So, it's only going to get worse when he goes to the league. He should just really stay single and have his fun.
Okay, now I was pissed. Who exactly were these loudmouth hoes Sammy was cheating on with? There was no glory in being a side chick, regardless of the status of the nigga. So why were they out here bragging on his dick? More importantly, why was everybody getting it besides me? If I was a nigga, especially one with the reputation of Samuel, I would much rather cheat with a girl who loves me and wouldn't want me to look bad than these apparently shallow hoes who couldn't give a damn about his reputation. This didn't make sense to me. Why was he doing this? I should have been flattered that Samuel perhaps respected me enough not to reduce me to his side chick. But if these women who he was fucking were the side chicks, what the hell was I then? As sacred as he made sex seem to me, he was sharing it with them. So I wasn't even considered a side chick. I was just some girl. My reality of what we were became more and more insignificant, like all my relationships. I don't remember the rest of that semester, honestly, but I do know the majority of me and Julian's conversations happened when I was drunk. So either I was drinking often or we weren't talking often. Can't remember the nature of those conversations, but it was probably a mixture of me going off on him or telling him I missed him and that he should come through. Notes were involved. After school was over, I don't think I stayed long enough to see him in St. Louis. But I came back early so I could finish my bank training before school started. And he agreed to stop by Columbia on his way back to school because he was also going back early. When Julian arrived, we didn't waste much time before we physically reconnected. I didn't mind because the sooner we got sex out the way, the sooner we could just relax and cuddle or eat or whatever. And the sex was different than the previous times. It was like we were strangers again. No problem. That's what I told myself. We'd sit down, eat something, and mentally reconnect. But my life sucks.
I'm gonna head out. I gotta get the jump on this snow.
You just got here.
I told you I couldn't stay long.
Yeah, you didn't tell me you were gonna leave after we had sex, though.
You said you wanted to see me.
Yes, I missed you. Was this all you came to do?
No, I missed you too, but I don't want a chance driving in the snow, Sierra.
You're gonna be driving in it regardless. If anything, it'd make more sense to leave after they had a chance to clean it. In the morning.
I'd rather just be home tonight.
What's home that's not here? I have a bed, shower, Netflix, I bought food for us to eat, and I have food stamps if you want anything else. I don't have PlayStation or Xbox, but I have N64 and Melee. It's only one controller, but you can do single player stages.
Well, my friends are there and we made plans.
Can't you see them anytime? When is the next time you're gonna be able to see me?
Soon, I promise.
Yeah.
Fine.
I think this may be connected somehow.
How so?
Well, for starters, meadows usually continue to attack until they're taken out. This one just went to the forest and died. That's not normal.
Take your
at all.
Starburst, your goddamn suck it to me cake, and I hope you eat it all too.
Thank you. I'll text you when I get home.
Bye.
Exactly.
So you think this guy is controlling Meta?
You're really gonna leave?
You just said...
Dude, you're really gonna fuck me and leave? You don't see how it's messed up at all?
What do you want me to do?
Stay with me and have dinner at least, man. I don't know, treat me like I fucking matter to you for 5 minutes?
You do matter to me.
So show me. Please don't go.
I have to.
No, you don't. You just want to.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. But it's fine. Whatever. I don't care. Drive safe. I was not well after that. I mean, you could make an argument that I hadn't been well for a while, but that's when I really became sick. He might as well have just used me as a sock. All he wanted to do was bust a nut. He could have saved himself the extra hour or two driving and went straight to school, instead of reducing me to nothing more than a tool to masturbate with. Like I wasn't even a person. Maybe I wasn't. How long have I not been a person? They would just keep using me, wouldn't they? 'Cause I'm too weak or too dumb to stop them. I think looking back on this, I was having an anxiety attack. It was like I could feel the gravity of all these situations just coming down on me at once. And it was crushing me. It felt like my heart was going to explode. Which wouldn't have been too bad because I wanted to get rid of it entirely. The thing was fucking cursed or shattered, and the glass it was made out of kept cutting up my insides with every breath. It's too hard to breathe. So I just cried until I fell asleep.
Hello?
Why did you leave like that?
I told you why.
Do you know how that made me feel? Do you even care?
Sierra, I told you I couldn't stay before I came.
Julian, do you really think if you told me that you were just coming to fuck me and leave, I would have wanted you to come?
I didn't intend to.
But that's what you did! Treating me like some hoe you don't even fucking know! What did I do to deserve that?
You didn't do anything.
Then this place is cursed. Or I'm cursed. Something about me that just turns men into monsters.
What are you talking about?
I hate being here.
Sierra, everybody gets their heart broken.
No, it's not that.
What is it?
This is a terrible place. Horrible things happen here.
Why do you hate it so much?
When I was a sophomore, I used to talk to this guy, and he wasn't a good guy. He didn't like break my heart. It's not that simple.
What happened?
It's like a different kind of hurt. Can you say? Can you just guess?
No, I can't.
Apart from the very vague description I gave Zaire once, this was the first time I had acknowledged what happened to me out loud. I couldn't even say the word rape to myself. Saying it to another person was too scary, too real. But I'd bothered him this much already, so I might as well tell him what's got me so distraught. I decided the best way to go about it was to just walk through what happened. One night, I was at his place, and I shouldn't have even been there because I knew he was an asshole, but I was. I didn't think he'd go that far. I bit him so he'd stop kissing me. But then his hand came to my face, so I'd stop biting. And I should have left because I knew. Because I know if someone hits you once, I'll hit you again, but I stay. And then got a condom, and I told him to stop, and he wouldn't stop. I always thought I would know what to do. I just got scared.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
I mean, normally it doesn't bother me. Most days I'm fine. But today, I'm just not.
I understand.
It was just a bad day. And everything just is coming out at once. And I don't know what to do.
That is really terrible to see, and I'm sorry. But I'm about to grab something to eat with my friends. I'll call you later, okay?
Okay. I knew he wasn't calling me back. He was notorious for saying he'd call me later and I wouldn't hear from him again until I texted him or he texted me in the next day or two. And spoiler alert, he never did. He didn't call me later that night or the next day or the next week. Not even the next month. He was literally inside of me a few hours ago, and this nigga did not care about me at all. I was like, that's stupid, that blind, that deaf. How could I not know this nigga didn't care about me? Why would I open up and tell him that shit? Hadn't he already showed me exactly where I stood with him when he left me after I begged him to stay? Why did I think sharing an incident, which proves I'm dumb, weak, and pathetic, help our situation? I'd been vulnerable with Julian in two ways. I shared my body, and I shared my trauma. And it didn't make us closer at all. If anything, both of those things made him disappear entirely. Also, I thought talking about your traumatic experience was supposed to help your healing process. I felt far worse than I did before, and it was already hurting pretty bad. Now, I just needed the pain to stop. I tried to cry myself to sleep, but oops, I already did that today, so now I couldn't sleep. But I had to sleep, because I had to find a way to not feel what I was feeling. There were 1,000 thoughts running through my mind, and none of them were positive. To be honest, I don't know if I was having a justifiable anxiety attack, given the circumstance, or if my birth control was just swinging my emotions to the moon. But I started to understand how people could come to the conclusion that maybe being alive was too difficult. Because what happens when I wake up and still don't feel better? Because if sleeping was the only break I could get from the constant torture my heart was wreaking on my brain and apparently my body also, why be awake? I slept because it killed time, and time was supposed to heal all wounds, but damn it, a nap wasn't long enough. A night wasn't long enough. It was almost impossible to tell how long I'd even been sad at this point. So when was it going to get better? I told myself as soon as I left this place, I was convinced that Columbia was just cursed for me. I had big dreams, and none of them were going to happen here. I just had to take it one sleep at a time and pray a light was at the end of the tunnel. But here's the thing about depression, and when I realized I had it, because it didn't matter that I could find a new man or a new life tomorrow, it wouldn't shake the dread that no matter what I did, I would eventually end up right back here. There was something wrong with me. It was a fact that my sick mind had accepted, and it was just a matter of time before the next man and everyone after him figured it out. So there was kind of no point in carrying on then, which is a horrible thought, because I like to think of myself as an optimist, who would try love 1,000 times and fail 1,000 times because it's what I wanted more than anything else. So don't give up. But now I didn't think I could survive one more heartbreak, let alone 1,000. I was barely surviving this one, and I wasn't even in love with him. So what was going to happen if by some miracle I actually did receive love and it was ripped away? Could I handle it? Or what if I never even got that far? What if I just kept suffering in limbo, forever dating, but never in a relationship? They say you can't expect someone to love you if you don't love yourself, which means I wasn't even worthy of being someone's girlfriend. How come I couldn't be happy alone? That is pathetic, but it was the truth. I wasn't put on this earth to be alone. I felt that in my core. So where was my person? I wished I was stronger, but I wasn't. What I wanted seemed impossible. It was a vicious cycle of pain that was never going to end until I gave up. And for anyone else feeling like that right now, I need you to know that I'm so incredibly thankful that I did not give up. That's how I'm able to speak to you right now, from LA, doing what I love. Listen to me. Think of all the good days you've ever had. You deserve more of those, and you're gonna have more of those. You'll meet new people who will show you new things, and maybe you'll even get new pain, but that's just a result of feeling new love. You don't have a limited amount of love. So please believe no matter how much you've wasted on people who don't deserve it, you have plenty left to give to someone who will return it. Don't let this bad day take away all the good ones you are owed. Breathe. Breathe. Keep breathing. This is important. You are important. I don't care how many people have made you feel otherwise. I'm telling you right now that you are. And we're going to get through this. I love you. Even if you don't love yourself. Another very annoying thing about depression, since I had accepted that I was the problem and shifted all the blame from them, I thought I didn't need therapy because what were they going to do? Tell me to love myself? No shit, Sherlock. I know I need to love myself, but guess what? There was nothing anyone could say that could convince me that these men were keeping their distance for a good reason. And I didn't want someone to convince me that I didn't need love. I just wanted someone to love me. So until someone could give me that love, there was just kind of no point in telling me that I deserved love. I'd believe it when I felt it. I just had to figure out how to recognize it, because it was very obvious I couldn't even tell if a nigga liked me. What did caring look like? What did being cared for feel like? Did I not know? How could I not know? Did none of them truly care about me? It couldn't be leaving me for dead in the street. It couldn't be threatening to expose my nudes and telling all our friends I was a hoe. It couldn't be me begging for you to stop and forcing my legs apart. It couldn't be calling me pathetic, needy, and that I need to set up my worth after fucking me for months. And it couldn't be using me for a quick nut. Could it be lying straight to my face, though? I mean, I've lied to my parents. I'm sure they've lied to me. That didn't mean we didn't care about each other. Every time I reached out to Samuel, wasn't he there? Even when he was done with me? He didn't have to meet with me and explain a damn thing. He didn't owe me anything. Even if he was talking to another girl, possibly even cheating on her, what was the worst thing he did to me personally? Made you fall in love? Didn't catch you? On purpose? Okay, voices. Okay, maybe on purpose. But he didn't disrespect me. The bar is in hell. But that's my reality. This was hell. Sorting through all the fucked up shit in my memories, trying to figure out which shit stank the least. The best of the bad. That's all I had. I didn't know good. I know he listened to me, made me feel safe. Even when I crossed the line, he never did. The man never even raised his voice at me. I miss that fucking voice. Is there like one voice you're desperate to hear? Normally, I call my mom at my every slightest inconvenience. But if I did call her and tell her what was going on, I'd have to tell her what's been going on. And even if I felt better tomorrow or next week, she wouldn't. She'd worry. And yeah, she probably should have been worried. But I didn't want to put that burden on her. I wasn't a danger to myself in that moment. There was nothing in the house that could hurt me. And I wasn't going anywhere because I could barely move. So I was safe. I was just becoming insane and borderline inconsolable. Samuel already half knew about the most dehumanizing thing that ever happened to me. And he'd proven himself to be a reliable confidant, which meant I didn't have to add the emotional labor of bringing my mother up to speed and worry about her reaction. Not that I was worried she wouldn't believe me or anything, but I didn't want to hear her grief. It would add to mine. I didn't have Samuel's number anymore. My friends had deleted it when I drunk texted him on my birthday, but we still followed each other on Instagram. So I shot in the dark, and by God, he answered.
Hey, C.
Hey.
Was looking for a nigga to save me. Wanted friends, but they'd always betray me. With my nature, I can never take it lightly. Guess I'm never the